are recording.
Good morning. We are here a little later than our normal morning times because there was a lot of wind.
Very windy today.
Very windy. But it's died down a little bit, so fingers crossed you continue to hear us. We are once again overcast, but a little bit warmer than yesterday. I think we're probably closer to 15 maybe.
Yeah, it's quite warm. There's a couple of patches of blue sky over there, so promising.
The weather report, yeah. It's not pissing down. Shay's glasses can be seen out of.
Yep.
All is good.
All is good.
Alright, so I'm going to launch off the show and tell with a collection piece. This was a gift from Shay for my birthday. So this is this is the middle, a silver pendant. It's based on a rat king, and this was carved and cast by Steph Lusted, very talented jeweler. And we went to her exhibition in Central Wellington the other day. Her last exhibition, I think it's called Enchanted Waters. Last exhibition in that space, because she is closing her gallery up to spend more time on her actual jewellery rather than being open to the public, which so excited for her to be able to fully focus on what she's doing, because the stuff she does is amazingly intricate and detailed. Even has a little carved rat toggle on the end. He is so cute.
Yeah, the focus should be okay.
Yeah.
The focus is on moving things. Yeah, so she's taking another chapter, or closing one chapter, opening another, where she's been in that gallery space for something like 15 to 17 years or something like that.
Yeah,
so
not
quite
sure
a long
exact
time.
Yeah.
A
long time.
I could be wrong, I'm not sure exactly, but it feels like a long time anyway.
Yeah. And her work is absolutely stunning, highly meticulous. She does her latest exhibition. It was nice to see a little contrast. So she does very detailed carved pieces, and then she also had on this exhibition she had some repoussé, some little eels and some starfish, and they're just beautiful. The temptation to constantly buy things from her shop is always.
But you've already got one.
I know, but I always want more.
Yeah,
if the starfish hadn't sold already, I would have got it. It was about the same size as the Rat King, this sort of scale, repoussé, and like textured across, so little bumps across the top, the way she'd hammered it out, and then the limbs all had doing their own thing, independent, very flowy, little stone set in the middle. I think it was what's one of the Perry lights? The light blue.
Like an aquamarine.
Aquamarine,
sort of
looked like aquamarine, with a little gold bezel, and then she had a couple of little dots of gold on the outer limbs of the starfish. Beautiful piece.
I think by the time this comes out, her gallery would have been probably closed, but you can still look at her work online, and I think what I'll try to do is put a link to her work in the description for this week's
I might
talk.
include a photo of the starfish I'm talking about in here, because it's on her website, so I can put a photo of that. But
should ask for permission, but
I'll check with her. But beautiful pieces. If you are looking for high-end custom jewellery pieces that are meticulous and so lifelike, I 100% recommend her stuff. She does carving in hard materials as well as wax carving for casting. She'll often do an original piece and then do a series. A series of that in gold or silver, and they're just absolutely stunning pieces.
And I got this for you how many birthdays ago? Maybe 3 or 4?
It was still in Brewtown.
I think it was the first year of Brewtown.
Might have been.
We might have had it
2023.
Yeah, maybe 2023.
3 years ago.
It's she still sells them, but they've definitely gone up in money. Put it that way. So
the silver cost is
it's probably tripled since then.
A lot more than these were.
Yeah, I think I paid back then. I think I got it for about $1,800, and there's a lot of silver in this, by the way. It looks quite deceiving with all of the
quite
hollow
thick.
negative spaces, but
it's solid.
Probably like, I don't know, 8 or 9 mil thick in the thickest places. So there's a lot of silver in that.
But it's also so well designed that it's very well supported. Like, you don't have to worry about the interior narrow section being damaged with these little tiny tails, because she's done such a great job of the design on this, and the way that the texture's been done and the patinaing to pull out the little details. It's just the little ears.
The ears are great. Cute. Another aspect to this piece is that I think she's actually you probably won't see this on the camera because it's so small, but all of the rat's eyes are actually, I think she's inserted pieces of silver into them.
Yeah, maybe.
Because you can kind of see that they're all a little bit different and a bit irregular. Maybe. So maybe not. It's hard to tell.
I'll have to ask her. Unless she's like gone back and domed them.
Yeah, she might have gone back and just domed them, but it feels like she's gone over with a punch or something to tidy them up.
She's just that good.
Yeah. But
so cool.
It might be because the eyes could be pure silver, I guess, because they haven't actually had any tarnish or oxidization, but the rest of the piece is sterling silver. So yeah, I am not too sure, but that's a guess.
But we love
it. Could be
a
bad guess.
It's a personal piece in that we wear it quite often when we go to events.
Sometimes we'll borrow it for going out on a date or something. Wear that guy instead of something like a bone carving or something of it. Yeah.
They're little fingies.
Little fingies.
It's very cute.
I like it. Yeah, but no. So yeah, you should check out Steph's work. It's only gonna ever get more and more expensive. So if you buy a piece from her, you've got an heirloom. You've got a treasure. Got a tonga. I guess.
Invest in living artists.
Invest in living artists. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're always trying to collect from people where we can. If you can support somebody and then own something of theirs, like I do fall in love with people's work all the time, and I have to balance it out because I'm always most of the time I'm looking at over $250 for a piece. This was well over that, but
well, you didn't buy this one. I bought this one.
No, but I know what it costs.
There was two pieces that I was tossing up buying, and this one was the slightly cheaper one, but she did do a carving of a field mouse where his body was all kind of rolled into essentially like a ball, and
sleeping.
There was a little bit of gold detail on the piece as well. So he was really cool. He wasn't made of silver. He was carved from either a tiger nut or something like maybe not tiger nut, but a piece of ivory or bone or something really pretty. So I really liked the field mouse, but he was about $3,500, maybe about $4,000.
Yeah, he's closer to $5,000 now, I think.
Oh, he'll be worth $5,000 or $6,000 now, absolutely. So we really wanted to get that one.
One day.
But I didn't because I didn't have enough money.
A little out of the price range.
Yeah, and I think it's important to think about where if you get an expensive piece, then if you get a gift for your partner, you can't make it too much cheaper, otherwise it might be saying something, who knows. Just keep the price around the same. So
our birthday system is Shay buys me things and then I give him a budget to buy himself things, because if he wants something he will just go and get it. So me trying to buy things and surprise him doesn't work because he's already purchased it by the time I get around to it.
Yeah, well, because I got last year your birthday present was kind of like 2 birthday presents, and we went skiing in the South Island. That was half of your birthday present, it was money, who cares? And then I got you a Steam Deck. So so there's a silly different kind of gift. So gotta keep the presents varied, otherwise. Yeah. That was good fun. So anyway, that's Steph's piece without going on too much of a rant. Sorry. Tangent-y.
Alright, now your workbench piece.
Yes, so what I have brought to the workbench is a handle and a blade wrapped in paper because it's a bit sharp. This was a knife that I made during teaching a class. Now the class was very special. It was a Japanese style Yanagiba class. It's a sort of sushi knife, and I don't want this paper to blow away. I thought I'd make a couple with him as well. So this is the single beveled sushi knife. Blade's a bit rusty. It's not also finished, by the way. It's just rough off the grind. Quite a thick blade. We're looking at around 5mm at the base here, and then it features a very fine hollow grind on the other side. So what's unique about these knives is you usually just sharpen on the flat side. Now if you had a completely flat surface, it'd take a long time to take all of that material away, but because you've got the hollow grind, or what's called the ura, that ura takes away most of the material in the center of the blade. Meaning, when you put it on a flat stone, you're only going to be abrading the spine or outer edge of the knife, and you'll be taking away from the cutting edge. And that's a much faster and easier way to maintain your single beveled knives. So I had a really good time with him, and for the record, he did a fantastic job. I think for the first time I was teaching that class, he did a great job, and he really paid attention to all the instructions and had a very clear idea, but was also open to things changing a little bit. Not that things really changed at all. Yeah, and the only other unique part about this course is that it's actually laminated steel. So the side that has the Ura grind has got hardened steel on it, and then it's got a layer of softer steel on it, so mild steel iron or something like that. And it might be hard to see, but you might be able to see a line down the center of this face, not this ridge line, but there's a line on the flat face, and he is your lamination line. And some makers use acid to kind of make it more clear so customers can see the line. This one's pretty subtle. I prefer the subtleties. I'm not too worried about making it look incredible. As long as the customer can see it, that's important. Yeah, so and a skinny little tang, and then we ended up making up some ash and walnut handles. So this one was slightly burnt in, which is how they traditionally do it. It wasn't quite fit because I ran out of time. But yeah, that's what these knives look like. They're pretty cool. They're quite long too.
Yeah, it was. We were hoping to get a few more people, but we haven't pushed the advertising for these classes a lot, so understandable. But it was really nice to have someone who travels to Japan a fair bit, and it is enthusiastic about using it. Like, they make sashimi pretty frequently, or nigiri, which is super exciting that it's a knife that's going to be used.
Yeah, and he'd done a course with us for a couple of years ago, and he was like, I want to come and do this one, I'm going to come back. So
yeah, so exciting.
Really special.
Yeah, he did a beautiful job of it. And yeah, we're excited to teach it again. I think the structure of the class
worked perfectly.
Really well.
Yeah, for a first attempt, it worked absolutely perfectly. I've taught the sushi knife class before, but not with laminated steel. That's the big thing, and the trade-off using the laminated steel and having a little bit more fun with the blade, because it's a very difficult shape to make. I'd say it's probably one of the harder knives to create, to do well and do repeatedly. And the compromise was that I made the attendees handles for them. So these are just very bulk standard wire handles with a walnut ferrule and ash handle. They're pretty simple woods, nothing too exotic. Excuse me. And yeah, you gotta make compromises somewhere for a day course. So we decided to take that as a
I did say people could bring their own handles. So if you already had a handle,
they had a wire handle. Yeah.
If you wanted to bring one you already had, you're welcome to do that for this class, because the focus was really forging out the laminated material, and then it's just a lot of grinding to get to this kind of thing.
Yeah.
The reason we haven't done this as a class before now is we trialed it back in, I want to say like 2019, 2020, and we really struggled to get people to keep the thickness in the grind.
They forged it too thin. It was more like a really skinny Sujihiki kind of knife style.
You want to keep the thickness right until you take that grind down, really, and take it slowly, because it's so easy when you go long and narrow to just put a bit too much weight in one area, and then you lose half your knife.
So we finished forging these at around the 7 to 8 millimeter thickness.
Yeah.
And that would give us a little bit of, well, at the most 1 millimeter each side to have to grind away if we needed to. And I think it was in reality about that much. So.
I mean, you could have gone a little bit thinner than that, but you definitely want to be over 4 mil. Do you want 4 mil would be your
4 mil with a tang at the thickest part of the spine is a good number.
Yeah. And then these handles. Shay has been prototyping getting this wire handle fit up nice. Bit of
nice
combo.
And fast.
Yeah. So a combo was a bit of lathing and a bit of milling to get this
Could talk about it.
interior socket. It's a little chunky still, but this was prototype.
Well, it could be. These are chunky, but you can sand them down if you want to. It's easy to do once you've done that. So I started with a 30 by 30 millimeter block of ash, and then I use a core drill with a center drill bit, and that core drill will mill out or carve out a 19 millimeter outside diameter tube, and then I use the bandsaw to roughly cut. You could use a hacksaw as well, but roughly cut away the excess. And essentially, it's just a piece of wood with a hole in it. You just discard that, and then I actually put the rounded material, the shank, on a lathe to get a really nice crispy shape. So this is spinning on the lathe like that, and I can use just a basic bit, and it will lay the nice flat face. And that's a thing a lot of people struggle with. That's the part that makes it look good or bad, I find, with these handles.
And they're so annoying to do by hand.
They're so annoying to do by hand, absolutely. However, once I've done that, I then take a different piece of material, mainly because of contrast, and I am cutting out little slices of wood that are going against the grain. So I'll be cutting them up into little blocks after this, but I find it's easier having a long length. And then I'm using a big old spade bit in my mill to bore out that material. Now I bought I don't think it's 19 millimeters, it's actually 16 mil on the inside diameter. I got that wrong, but yeah. The outside diameter of the core is 19 mil. So the hole I've drilled outside is 19, but obviously the hole saw's it's a piece of steel that's a tube, so there's a bit of thickness to take into account. Anyway, 16 millimeters, so I had to get a 16 millimeter bit, spade bit, and then bore it out. And I found the spade bit was actually a little bit oversized because there's a bit of movement and it's not great. So I had to shave and grind the spade bit down a little bit under the 16 mil, so a few trial and error pieces, but once I'd done that, it fits like a glove, which is so good. And then you may not even need epoxy or anything between these two gaps. You could just sort of, maybe put a couple of dots of super glue or something, and it's done, which is basically what I did with this one. And I think once I had the system in place and I'd cut all the wood, the process took me probably about 20-30 minutes, and I got about 6 or 7 handles out of it.
That's great.
Which is not too bad. So,
yeah,
and the plan would be to get my tolerances good with this, and once my tolerances are good, I'll be brave and actually start using some more exotic materials so that it's a little, more special. But I like this. I think this is cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
so. And we're due to restock. So we, in the past, I think when COVID hit in particular, we did a lot of batch work, and we made bulk amounts of
We made like
wire
80 handles.
A lot of handles, and we haven't restocked that. And Shay has a lot of handle material that just sits and waits. So we've got, I want to say 200 blocks of handle material in varying states. Some that we were planning to sell and that we just didn't have interest, so they're just waiting. But they would be nice wire handles because they'd be a little plain to have on their own. Some of them, I think having a ferrule of a different colour would be nice.
I think so, yeah.
But especially the straight grain stuff. Straight grain, it just adds a bit of interest having another.
Well, the thing is like the walnut can look boring on its own, so can the ash. So adding a little bit of each really elevates the whole piece. So
so
that's quite
a
fun.
bulk amount of handles to be made.
Sorry.
Will be cool. And no, we're quite wide at the front still. You could probably take
at least 2 mil each side.
Yeah, at least 2 mil each side, which would be a more.
Which is what I planned. So if we wanted to sand these thinner or bigger, all you need to do is sand those 2 planes down to get a narrower version of that handle. And if you wanted to get the handle thinner again, you just do all 4 surfaces, and then it's more like a fit for a guitar instead of like a Yanagiba or a bigger.
Or if we're doing petties, we could go like 1 size down with the spade bit and the core drill. If we're not doing a 6 millimeter tang, 5 millimeter tang, but like.
Yeah, even the 16 mil round would be actually fine. You just have a much thinner wall of material, and I think that would still be fine.
Yeah, we did talk about using some antler as well, because I have a lot of antler. We have a lot of pieces that are the correct size, but you just don't have enough straight material to do a full handle from them. So make a whole bunch in this scale,
Mhm.
and then glue them up, and then you can go even thinner with the antler, like 2mm on the wall at the end, because
look cool.
it's stronger, which could be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I also just on that subject of adding more to it is putting like little red or blue liners between the two woods as well.
Yeah.
Or even what could be even nicer is a little sheet of brass, like 0.5mm brass or copper.
Yeah.
I think copper would look really nice with
be
these
nice
warm colours.
with those colours, yeah.
So that could be fun.
Yeah. Very
But
cool.
no, that was my course. I had a really good time with him, and I had a good time. It was just really fun teaching it, and I got to make a couple of knives with him. So it was just all good fun. So yeah, first time for a while. I've really enjoyed a new class, and that's just because we teach the same class every weekend. And
Well,
it's
the
still
point
fun.
of running these classes over the winter is some. We know that the
Some
chances
fresh material.
Other numbers will be lower because they're more specialised, but if it's going to be low numbers anyway, we want it to be enjoyable. And then I'm running the more basic classes on like a Thursday, Friday. And we're still getting bookings for that. So
that's
well,
really good.
it looks like the rain has arrived.
The rain is here.
So we might end it there. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
And we'll see you again soon.
See you in the next one. Bye.